Wasteland 3, 3 years on. Hello and welcome to the Critically Curious. I'm a Monk, and today, yes, we are reviewing Wasteland 3. Now, I loved this game on release, and I covered it quite extensively when it very first released as well. In fact, it was one of the first games on this channel that we ever really covered like that. Now, it was released back in 2021, and since then it's had two major updates as well as a load of bug fixes and changes and balancing too. So quite a lot of this game has been changed and tweaked, and it's probably about as good as it's ever going to get. I don't know if we're going to get another DLC, unfortunately, anytime soon. Now, for anyone unfamiliar with Wasteland 3, this is an open world turn-based RPG. Now, it's fair to say that this is quite an in-depth RPG. There is character building, there is quite a vast world to explore, there is different dialogue choices, and of course, depending on the dialogue choices, can have massive impact in your story. For anyone that likes these type of games where you control the ending, you control the stories, this is certainly a game for you. There's a lot of dialogue. It's all voice acted. Voice acting is pretty good. There are a few cutscenes, but not many whatsoever. One of the things that I like the most about this game, however, is that your character build, how you level them, the choices that you choose when it comes to, your intelligence, or perhaps you decided to go down weird science, perhaps you decided to put a load of points into kick ass. Those things can actually have real dialogue options within your game as well. Some of them will be obviously completely cut out if you or no one in your party actually has those unique skills. And therefore, because of that, having real thought as to how your party is kitted out. Sometimes you want to avoid a confrontation, other times you're just going to be wanting to plow in, but your character builds are going to have serious consequence onto that. When it comes to combat itself, it is a grid based. This is turn based. You can use any of your characters at any time. Initiative actually isn't necessarily a thing within this game, so you can cycle between all your characters at once when it is your turn. It works very much like that, where it is your turn to use your 6 companions, and then it is the computer's turn to do what it is they do. After their turn, you'll have friendly characters move then, so you can tame and pets outside. You can recruit dogs and parrots and bears and all kinds of jazz to fight on your side, even a nice juicy clone. It would be their turn then after that. When it comes to character building, though, seriously, this is a huge game. Not only do you have your attributes to choose from, you've also got skills and unique perks depending on what class you pick as well. You can go really in depth within this game when it comes to character builds, and you're going to want to have multiple characters that you can kind of swap in and out. There are recruitable companions that you're going to have to find through side quests around the map, and then there are just regular Joes that you create from pure imagination. It's up to you how you kit out the 6 members. You can't have any more than 6 guys along with you at any one time. You can have rotational options as well, which I would kind of suggest doing, like for instance kitting one dude out with max barter, for instance. Your companions you can actually completely change too. You can give them different weapons, different armor, and of course different trinkets. There's also utility items that can also buff your perception or your percent chance of hitting. So it's quite in depth what you can manipulate in this game. I also quite like the looting system. You do get into a lot of battles, and you do accumulate a lot of junk. Now, after a battle is done, you can explore the area, loot a body, and it will kind of give you a collective loot. So anyone around the entire area, it will loot all in one go. So you don't have to go to every single body, which is quite nice. You do, however, have to go to every single container. To say the world of Wasteland 3 is interesting is a slight understatement. There are some bizarre side quests, and there are some bizarre conversations that you can have with the NPCs within this game. Like, for instance, I had to save someone from a homestead. It was a little mission. I wanted to recruit them into my main compound. Yes, you do have an actual base to build up and develop, which is kind of cool. But I needed to save this NPC. They didn't want to leave. In fact, the only way I could get them to leave is by snatching up some fingers, which they referred to as candy, and lure them away back to their family. That is slightly odd. But slightly odd is certainly a way that you could describe Wasteland 3. Now, with the two new big DLCs that are out with Wasteland 3, you could safely say this game is a 100-hour game. If you want to pick up this game and just play it, just smash out the main campaign, you can complete it in around 20 hours. I would advise against that. This game has so much cool stuff to find, especially if you're into the bizarre. I would explore this world, explore the side quests, do the DLCs, and you're looking at over 100 hours of very good, very unique gameplay that you're probably not going to find in many other games around today. And luckily, this game, all of it can be bought for around £44. This is an old game, however, now 3 years old. Therefore, you're going to find it on sale an awful lot. At time of recording, you can actually get the Wasteland 3 Colorado collection for only £8, which is phenomenal. Absolute bargain. I would highly recommend picking it up if this is your kind of jam. And if you're still uncertain of whether this is a game for you, this is an In Exile Entertainment game. They developed this game. They also have strong links to the original Fallout game. So if anyone actually plays this game and they like Fallout has had a big resurgence recently, then Wasteland 3 really could be a game for you. Yes, it's slower paced than Fallout, but it's certainly got a lot of similarities, and you'll even be able to pick up power armor too. Honestly, Wasteland 3 is one of the best turn-based strategy games I think I have ever played. It's definitely a game I would highly recommend. Yes, there are better ones out there or different ones out there, but Wasteland 3 is absolutely up there as one of the best turn-based strategy games I have ever played. I'm going to give this game an 8.5 out of 10. I feel like, especially with the DLC that's out there now, with just how smooth this game actually runs, there's little bugs in it now. I've recently been replaying it on the Xbox Series S, and it handles very well on that as well, that being the lower end model, of course. This game is available on the original consoles, as in PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, as well as the newer gen versions of those. And of course, guys, if you stuck around to the very end of this review, a big thank you to you. Don't forget to comment red banana down below to confuse all those people new to the channel or that didn't watch to the very end. And if you're not subscribed, think about doing so, that way you don't miss out on awesome reviews just like this. We do also have an active and growing Discord, and you can find the link down in the description of the video. Maybe throw in a suggestion of what game I should review next. But until next time, I've been a monk, you've been a Christy Kudos, and I will see you in the next video real soon. Until then, take it easy and happy gaming.
Wait a minute, maybe not. Howdy, Hotlander. The rest is gonna be sorry he stayed home. He loves him some entrails. My big brother, he'd have loved to take an and it. No one's coming to save you!